What's up, everybody? This is Phil Rogacki.
And I'm Jared Abergina.
You're listening to Two Tree Guys Podcast. What's up, everybody? Phil Rogacki here with the Two Tree Guy Podcast. Thank you for listening wherever you're at, in the tree, driving, at home. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate your support for that. And if this is the first time you guys have ever listened to the show, we have different episodes on the show. We got What's Your Story, where we have industry badasses coming in and talking about their story, how they got in the industries, you know, people that helped them along their way, and giving some tips that they can share to you guys, because everybody has a story, and this is a place where you can tell your story. We have our safety talk, you know, where we discuss, you know, different incidents that happen in the industry. How do we control it? How do we fix it? How do we make our industry safer? We have our gear talk. Different manufacturers and individuals come in and they talk about their products and things they like and dislike and how to improve it and how to innovate that. And then we have our training talk, which you're going to hear today. And I'm actually excited about this because this is something I love, and I'm excited to hear from you, my friend, about this and some of your points and things that worked and how you've learned. But training talk, you know, about climbing, leadership, whatever it may be, running equipment. It's just, here's how we're going to train you that you guys can take up some tidbits and utilize this in your day-to-day life. Now, you guys know the fee, okay? I say it every time on the show. If you get something on this, don't be an asshole. Don't be a jerk and keep it all to yourself. Share in our industry. This is how our industry grows. This is how people learn, by you sharing it. And you got the World Wide Web. You got social media. Put it on there. Tag a friend. Share it to them if you think they're going to get something out. That's the fee. If you want to send me money, I'll take it, but pay the fee to the show for that. So we got a guest. We're going to be doing a training talk. We're going over leadership is the title of this podcast today, talking about a team player and leading. And we have Justin Donahue out of Hawaii. Love Hawaii, with Donahue Arborist. Welcome, my friend.
Hey, how's it?
How you doing?
Born and raised in Boston, Massachusetts, but been living in Hawaii 15 years, and it's just a different world over there. But I'm doing great, and I'm glad to be here.
Good, man.
Work with people. And
you hit me up on social media and like, hey, I want to get on the show. Let's do this. I'm like, hell yeah. I love it. Guys, if you want to get on the show, there's no screen. I mean, I want everybody on the show. Good, bad, whatever we say. This platform is for you guys. There's no rules, and you can say and do whatever we want on this show, and it's for you guys to enjoy, entertain, laugh, learn. This is it. We got you, Justin. Perfect. Welcome, man.
Yeah. Right on.
So let's dive into it. You know, training talk on leadership. Yeah, why is that something that you thought you have something to share on?
Well, growing up, I never had a good leader. You know, somebody yells at you all the time, never communicates well. You don't really pick up on that. You know, going through my years of experience, you know, becoming a boss, you have to build a team. You don't have workers, you have team players. So you built a team. We have a team, we all believe in the goal. And that's important. And you have to communicate with your team. Let them know what's going on, what you expect from them all the time, so they can function. Mm-hmm. They can do what you need to do when, because it's not a game. You all know this is a risky business.
So how did you, you know, by not having that good leadership growing up, to starting your own company, Hawaii, did you have your own company in Boston?
Yeah, I had a company in Boston. We were partners with somebody.
Okay.
And, you know, partnership's hard too.
Yeah.
You know, somebody thinks they're doing more work than the other. They're a production climber. They're a sales rep. And it's just, you know, it didn't really work out. And
sometimes it's hard when you have, you know, two heads.
Yeah.
And usually when you have two heads, that means it's a monster. And monsters are hard to control.
Yeah, right on. And, you know, I've seen a lot of accidents, and we didn't have good leaders. So I think it's important to focus on being a good leader and building a solid team to prioritize and execute your mission, your job, and it's a challenge. You know, these trees are monsters that we deal with, and you really have to put certain players in certain spots. You know, they're players, they're not workers, they're a team player. Certain spots so they can function and know what to do and when. Sure, I'm up there rigging, nothing happens to me. Nothing happens to them on the ground. They stay safe, they go home to their families, and that's the number one thing. Making $1 is one thing, and going home at the end of the day is what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly. And let's talk about building a team. So you know that you can't do this on your own, right? It takes a team. No matter what position, what level, what skill set, it takes a team to get this done on a daily basis. So when you're looking for a team as a leader, what are some of the attributes and skill sets that you look for to fit in that team? Because one wrong person can disrupt your whole team.
Yeah, well, I'll focus on that one wrong person right off the bat, and then I'll tell you what things to look at. If you have a bad attitude and you don't believe in the outcome of this, of what we're going to do, the project, how we're going to do it, if you don't fully believe in it, I don't want you there helping out, because you're going to fully have your trust in what I'm telling you to do, that you believe you can do. If you believe you can't do it or not, I believe in you because you're a team player. You have to perform.
Exactly.
You know, if you underperform, I'll have to get somebody who can perform in that position. Or I can find a position for you that you can perform well at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I also look for strong, healthy individuals. You know, like you and myself, we're somewhat physically fit. We can go through the days with, you know, lots of heat and hard work and not whine and cry about it. So it's attitude.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have a good attitude. If you come in and says, this sucks and this fucking this and that, yeah, you could talk at the end of the day, but right now it doesn't suck. You're making $1 and we're gonna get through this together. If you need some help, I'll jump right in the trenches with you and help you, and they'll respect that.
So when someone has a bad attitude like that, how do you correct that and fix that? And when do you know when it's time, I can't help this anymore?
Yeah, sometimes you don't see it right away. You know, you're in a tree, or you hear a conversation from another player, or he was bad-mouthed, another saying, not going to work, it's not going to work. You have to really have communicate a conversation with this person and say, it is going to work. Maybe it's not the way you're going to do it. You might do it a little differently, but we're going to do it this way this time. And we're all in it, right? We're all in this. You believe this is going to happen? We're going to butt hang this shoe piece. We're going to double whip it. You're going to hold it. It's going to come down. You're going to put a mechanical advantage on it. And you guys are going to fucking pull it out of the way together as a team. One person's not adding up. I can see it from the tree. You know, I made the cut. I'm watching. I'm seeing every body movement. They're lazy. They're slacking. They're just fucking off, hiding in the bushes, taking a piss for 2 hours. I see that, and I know they're not a team player.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we're working till 1:30 and eat lunch or something.
It's the subtle things you start seeing and picking up on.
A little bit, and then sometimes I get a feedback from other guys, you know, he said that, you know, you're going to rip yourself out of the tree and this and that.
Yeah.
You have to have a good understanding of who you're dealing with. But I look for, you know, that troubled kid, the kid on the corner that doesn't know what he's going to do in life, you chip on his shoulder. He's the one that can take a whack. He's the one that's going to climb a tree for you when you're not there to do it. You give him a leadership role. Now you're leading the crew. And those are the type of kids that I look for. But there's always that lanky kid. He's got a role. He can run hydraulics. He can drive and dump the truck.
Mm-hmm.
There's spots for you. He might not be the one on the rope. Doesn't know how to fly fish and let it run and zing and this and that. So you got to have the mentality to see who you can train, how you can train them, so they're better for the team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't want a boy on a machine gun that can't hold it properly, or the chainsaw.
Yeah.
You know, you can get them doing something else, you know.
Agreed.
Running a skid steer or whatever it may be.
I mean, every single person on a team, they have their role.
Oh.
You know, I mean, if I had 11 quarterbacks on a team, I'd lose every single game.
Yeah.
I would never win
You need the nose
at all.
guard, the blocker.
And being a leader, too, what you just said is, you know, it got me thinking, sometimes they may not believe it's going to work because they've never seen it. They're just not a believer, but they trust in you. So the words you say, even though they may not believe it, they're trusting in that leader. If they have your trust and it works with how you said it was going to work, all of a sudden that belief becomes real. They go, I believe it, because every time friggin' Justin says it, it happens. I believe it now, you know, and it's just having that trust. So how do you get a team to trust you, especially someone just meeting you? How do they trust you?
Well, you can't just throw them in there too quickly. You have them come in from the side. You don't want to give them the saw the first day. Just have them step into it. Give them little growth at a time, little growth at a time. But basically, a lot of the people that I usually work with, they have a little understanding of who I am, what I've been doing for the last 32 years, production climber. I'm climbing trees, I'm dismantling trees. And, you look at the Instagram, you kind of understand a little bit, oh, this guy's a badass, he's hardcore, he knows what he's doing, look at the big wood, look at the big saws. But it's just a little communication at the end of the day. Hey, come on over here, you did a great job today. Point out some pluses, make them feel good about themselves, and then you could just wheedle it. Hey, next time maybe you can help out, grab this rope when two guys are pulling, you see them sweating. Run over there and grab it. I know you're raking up, but you see what's happening. And they understand that they feel better about themselves. Hey, great job grabbing that rope and jumping in there.
So what you just said there is so smart. Before you're correcting them, you're investing in them. You're depositing before you're withdrawing. So that means you're depositing on, great job today. You kept up with us, but here's how to get better. Then you coached them, and then they take that tomorrow and they do it. And you're like, thank you for listening. And now you're depositing back into their bank. So when it comes time to withdraw, you can as a leader, and they listen to you and they build that trust. So I love that, out there. And you have to have the trust out there in the field. Everybody needs to trust everybody, because all their life is in your hands, and your life is in their hands.
And you let them know that I'm responsible. The leader is responsible for everything. So if something happens on the ground, I had nothing to do with it. Yes, it's my fault. One, I could have told you about it. This little hazard over here, that's my fault. You tripped on this rock. That's my fault. So they have to understand that I take responsibility for everything. So you're not going to fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck up. I just fucked up by not telling you that there's rocks on the ground that's a trip hazard. So you got to go over all that stuff and let them feel safe, so they can trust you, that they're not going to get blamed. Oh, I cut that rope in half. Now, that's my fault.
That's your fault.
For not telling the other guy to coil it up, keep it nice and neat by the porter raft. It's all stringed across the ground, and you lowered a piece on it, and you're cutting it, and you cut it up. That's my fault for not seeing that in the tree. So I'm not going to yell at you for cutting a rope in half. Yeah, that's my climbing line I've had for 8 years. I'm fucking bummed out. But I'm not going to yell at you about it.
Yeah,
and let them know at the end of the day, I may have yelled from the tree for you to grab the brush and keep working.
Yeah.
I'm not yelling at you. It's the way I talk. I don't want to hurt your feelings. Let's talk about it. If you feel like I'm yelling at you, it's just I'm in a tree, adrenaline's flowing, and I see a pile of brush mounded up, and now we're getting backed up. Yeah, go chip the brush, but don't feel like I'm yelling at you and scolding you. It's just production. We got to keep production rolling. And once that truck's full with chips, you're going to go dump it. You're going to relax. You're going to take a cruise ride. We'll see the beach from Waimanalo. Go dump the truck, come back, get a nice, peaceful drive in you.
Yeah.
But right now, you got to chip fucking brush. Sorry. I'm not yelling at you, but it's
But then at the end of the day, you're giving the love.
Yeah, definitely.
Guys,
Definitely.
We're here. We finished the day. We got our job done on time. We did it as promised. We're all here. No one's hurt. It's a success.
And I'm proud of you guys. Because
let's celebrate.
The climber is only as good as your ground man. You may have heard this before from Jared or other guys. The climber is only as good as the ground man or men. Because you're stuck up there.
Yeah.
I just lowered a big 40-foot fucking piece down. You got to cut it up and move it. Your ground men, you're working, they're getting things done. And I can't do another thing until that's out of the way and they lower another one down. So I could be up there for 45 minutes. So if those ground men are good, they produce work, they execute, they get that log out of there quick, extract it, bang, it's gone. Next one, we're ready for the next one to come down.
Yeah.
And that's production. And it's production and money. And if you have a good team that believes in the goal, a confident team, and that gets built along the ways. You don't get the confident right off the bat. But a confident team, you can do amazing things. Big, huge trees, dismantling them, and it's completing that challenge It makes them feel good too. I couldn't have done it without you.
Exactly.
You know, did a great job letting it burn. Didn't hit me in the ankles. There wasn't a lot of shock load on that. Perfect. Every time. Do it just like that. And,
Like that.
I'll take suggestions too, but a leader tells them what's expected, what they should do. Yeah, you could do it like this. Yeah, I could do it. We're going to do it this way. Sorry, I don't want to get hurt, but I'm up there. You want to go up there? I'll guide you along the whole way. Yeah, some days I won't be there. You're going to have to do it. So building the next leader is important also.
Let's talk about that. How are you going to build the next leader? How do you identify that this is somebody that I wanted to invest in? Because there's say 5 guys on your team.
Yeah.
There's 2 you'll invest in. The other 3 you'll help along the way, but you don't want to put all your effort in those guys if you're not going to get a good ROI.
Good point. It's a eye thing. You have to look at them and see if they're, 1, worth the time training, 2, if they can handle the pressure. Like if they can mentally handle being up in a tree, getting all technical rigging, while in the back of your head your wife is yelling at you, or you have problems at home, and you're missing steps that are going to put you at risk and your team at risk.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to look at that person. If they can block out that and just put their head down and go to work, if they're that type of person, you know, and it's not for everybody. You have to also see if they're comfortable. So if you're in a tree and you're comfortable, you can do a lot of things. If you're in a tree and you're uncomfortable, you're not going to make a good cut. You're going to get sloppy because you're reaching and your body's in a weird position. So comfortability. And so you have to watch them on the job, on the ground cutting. They're comfortable with the chainsaw. They're not comfortable using the chainsaw, making bad cuts, and they're not going to be comfortable in a tree on a saddle doing it. So you could find a better position for them rather than being in the tree. But you find that athlete, that troubled kid, that boy that can take a whack, and then you mold him little by little. Throw him in a saddle, get him in a little tree. Yeah, use the saw, make a cut. You already know you can use the saw. And you train him a little bit on safety. We're not going to focus anything on safety. Do as I say, not as I do. Been in the business 32 years. I've done a lot of crazy stuff, things that are too cold. But as I'm telling you to do it, just listen to me as a leader, follow my instructions, and don't question me. If you question me, later on we'll have a talk about it. And I'll be nice. Throw your arm around, hey, you question me on a job in front of everybody, not the best thing to do. I'm going to come visit you. And you don't want me coming visiting you. You know, tailgate talk at the end of the day is good. Some guys hang around, you know, socialize a little bit. That's important. Because now you think you're building a buddy.
Yeah.
You know, a leader, not going to say boss, team player, leader.
Yeah.
But you want to be friends with these people. But obviously, it's a job. It's risky. It's dangerous. Be a good leader. Your team will follow you. And then when you're not there, they'll become a good leader because they've had that little bit of understanding, communication, and find a role they're good at. They're not on the rope and they don't know how to let it burn and they're all white-knuckled. So maybe they're good at running the saw and they can go over there and cut pile and chip brush. And we need guys to grease the chippers and dump the trucks. And it's everybody that makes it happen. You know, you need somebody to drive truck. Don't go dump, come back. That's not happening. What happens? Production's backed up. Can't let stuff come down. You're in a small area. You're putting wood on brush, and it's just a big clusterfuck at that point. So you just need people in good positions, deciding who can do what. They're not performing and they're not great at it. Just let them know, hey, I think Billy can run the rope today. Give him a chance. I know you do a great job at it. You do a good job at running the rope. Maybe you can just slice and dice today. You get good with the saw. I want you to be able to handle this saw a little bit. Use the big one, you know. Run that 592 a little bit.
Love it.
And then they feel better. Oh, I ran the 592 today with them.
Yeah.
6-inch.
Little confidence comes up. They're excited.
Picture at, put them on the Instagram, and they feel a little bit better. So, you know, it's a team thing. It's not a boss worker thing. And I think if they respect you, you're going to respect them, and it's better for everybody.
And I've always been, you know, what you're saying there is I resonate with that. It's not boss worker. I stay away from employee because I'm not like, I'm an employee and I'm your employer. I'm like, they're part of my team, man. They're part of my family. They're part of the people that I'm relying on every single day to get the job done. I'm there to help them be successful. They're there to help me be successful. They are team players. This is a team, guys.
They're very important because you take one team member, player out of the situation, production slows right down.
Yeah.
You're a 3-man crew and one guy don't show up.
Yeah.
You're screwed. So make sure they feel important. You're part of the team. I need you today. Don't go crying about your tooth hurting and not show up. Fuck, your ass is coming to work. I'm sorry, but you're scheduled to work. We need you. We got a job to do.
Yeah.
Be a team player. How would your baseball team feel if the pitcher didn't show up again in the playoffs? They're going to be depressed.
Yeah, they need you.
They're just thinking paycheck, but no, you got this tree to cut down, man. I need you on that rope today. I'm sorry what's going on at home. Block that out. Can you block that out? Oh, yeah, I'm there for you. And if you jump in the trenches with them and you drag brush with them, they're going to respect you better. Like, give me that branch that's got all thorns in it and stuff that nobody wants to pick up. I'm all grabbing that and dragging brush and stuffing it in the chipper with you. And they're like, damn, I would have been over there watching if I was, the leader. So you can jump in the trenches with them, too, and that gains a lot of respect. I
like that.
You want your team players respecting you. And so you respect them.
The more they start respecting and believing and trusting you, they go, I don't want Justin to pull that. I got it, boss or teammate. Hey, I got this. Because they respect you. You do your job, I'm going to do my job. And if you have to come down and do this shit, then I'm not doing my job. And it's not working.
That's awesome you said that. A lot of people don't want to step up. But at some point, I got to talk to the homeowner.
Yeah.
And she could be blah, 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 blah. And everybody's over there like chomping at the bit, worried about, nothing's getting done. And hey, you stay over there. Let me put the saddle on and go up and make a few cuts.
Yeah. I got you, boss.
Have at it.
Got you.
Double tie in. Be safe about it. 2 hands on the saw. Go at it, and designate a little bit. Like,
you see the people start stepping up too.
Yeah.
Who's going to step up in a role that you may not have gave them that role? They're just go, I'm going to do that role because it's what's needed today. It's what Justin needs. I'm going to do this role. And eventually you go, hey, you've been already doing this role for the last year.
Yeah.
I want to give you this role officially.
You're plateauing. I want to grow. So here's your chance to grow.
Take it. Take it. You guys want it out there? Do it.
Yeah, exactly. And if they feel confident in doing it, they can. If they don't feel confident in doing it, then you have to worry a little bit. You make sure you feel confident making that cut.
Yeah.
You can just rig it down. Yeah, I can rig it down. Okay, that's all I need to hear. Yeah, I can rig it down. Yes, I can do it. They say, well, I don't know. Like, all right, hold on a minute. Let me wrap this up with her. I'll jump up there. So it's communication too, before and after. Go over the plan. We're going to work on this section of the tree. You're going to dump the truck. You're chipping brush. We're all going to come together and designate, not chipping for a few minutes. Come help out.
You only need a plan on the days you want to win. If you don't want to win today, don't make a plan.
Yeah.
Swing it. Guys, listen, that's, man, I feel like we can go on for hours and hours and hours.
We'll get back at this at some point. We'll pick another topic, and I don't mind it. I love you guys, and Jared's like a brother.
I appreciate it, man.
All you guys that listen.
I appreciate it.
Guys, and be safe out there, and lead by example.
Yeah.
That's all. Just be a hero. They'll be heroes too.
So how can they follow you, get a hold of you? People have questions. Is there anything you want to tell the world, from Instagram to whatever?
Yeah, I'll give you that. My Instagram is TreeDogJD. So I was up in a tree one day, and guy goes, yeah, that chainsaw breaks up there. You're going to just chew that fucking branch off. Hence, Tree Dog Justin Donahue, JD. Instagram, DM me.
Cool.
Get these guys up, and
guys, reach out to them, man. You guys have a question or inspiring, go follow them. Good stuff is on there, man. So much you can learn. And it's not just on the show, but follow all these individuals that are out there. See what they're doing. Learn from them, on social media out there. But I appreciate you coming on the show. Appreciate you reaching out to me. Next time we'll have Jared on here.
Yeah.
I would love to hear you guys.
Man. We competed together a bunch of times. I competed with his dad before, way back in the day. And we just go way back. And
man,
good brotherly love right here.
I love it. I love it. Guys, again, I appreciate you listening to the show. If you liked it, you loved it, make sure you share it. And just remember to continue to elevate the standard of our industry through safety, training, innovation. See you guys. Bye.